Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight's story, Pictures Don't Lie, by Catherine McLean.
I had been writing science stories for the Times for a few years before the whole business of the aliens came up. I got on to doing science because I wasn't a very good sports writer, and the Guild made it clear to the manager that I had enough seniority to make it tough to fire me. So, when Masters went over to Life magazine, I was shoved into his spot. Now, being the man from the Times on any given story is quite a responsibility. It's not quite as inspiring as the London Times. You remember the butler announcing there were several reporters and a gentleman from the Times? But we're supposed to look as if we didn't specialize in axe murders and picking winners at Jamaica. Of course, it pays off. You find scientists, atomic energy commissioners, even congressmen will open up to the Times man. And that's how I got on the inside of this whole business. I had met Joseph Nathan at a convention in Atlantic City, and when he invited me to look over this work, I accepted.
I don't think there's anything classified in this work, Mr. Schwartz, as long as I don't actually supply you the text of messages.
I got a department clearance up to most confidential.
Well, that should do it. Hello, Max.
Hi.
You see, my job is radio decoder in the department here.
Under the Pentagon directly?
Department of Military Intelligence.
Uh-huh.
I use a directional pickup to tune in on foreign bands, record any scrambled or coded messages I hear.
I thought the code department was handled under CIA.
Well, I guess there is some duplication. Actually, though, I concentrate on the scrambled messages.
I see.
Here, I can show you. Come over here. Look out to the table.
Yeah.
Anybody want coffee?
I've got a piece of tape here. This is a typical scrambled broadcast. It's not military. It's a commercial message.
Oh.
Wait a minute till I thread up the machine.
Sure.
You know the basic principles. You take a straight voice message, run it through on an electronic scramble circuit. It may come out something like this. My job is to pick a thing like that out of the air, analyze the patterns, and wire an unscrambler. I've got this particular pattern set up on the machine, you see.
Tanker number 734, capacity code 7, estimated time of arrival at Galveston 30.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was just a commercial message. I do the same thing with military intelligence.
Is it something like old-fashioned cryptology?
Well, yes, except there's a small complication. You need a degree in advanced electronics, waveform math with a touch of quantum physics.
I suppose it's quite challenging, then, every time you pick up a new signal.
In a way, actually, they do the same work in every country these days. Everybody knows it's just a matter of time before any scrambled pattern is broken. It's pretty routine.
Uh-huh. Ever pick up anything exciting?
Well, actually, most of the messages, when I unscramble them, are still in prearranged code, and I have to turn them over to cryptology. It's something like copying Jabberwocky 500 times by longhand. Well, there is something interesting here. Listen to this piece of tape.
I don't hear anything.
Well, that was it.
Oh?
Now listen, there's another one coming up. That's it.
Well, I get that on my car radio, static.
Yes, but that's from the stars.
You mean radio interference?
That's right. I think you wrote about the work at Bell Telephone and RCA Labs about radio telescopy mapping the star positions by static.
You're interested in that?
Not exactly. They've never been able to figure out why the static on these particular bands comes in such jagged bursts. Just doesn't seem natural.
You have any ideas?
Oh, I don't know. I've been kicking around the notion that it's not a natural phenomenon. I've been trying to discard it, sort of like playing chess against yourself on the train in the morning. Well, that's about all there is.
That's all it was then. Joe Nathan swindling a few parts and a little government time to ride a hobby horse of his. I wrote up his job for the Sunday magazine section. It got squeezed out for an article by a famous actress on the 10 leading roles I disliked the most. So I forgot about it, went back to announcing a miracle drug per week and conflicting theories of psychoanalysis. I don't know what I'd do without them. They're always good for a piece. I was at the office late one night. I didn't have any work, but I just didn't feel like going home and putting the kids to bed. Schwartz.
Mr. Schwartz?
That's right.
This is Joseph Nathan. Do you remember?
Yeah, sure. How are you?
Mr. Schwartz, can you come out to my lab?
You mean Riverhead?
Yes. I'd like to show you something.
Well, maybe we can make an appointment. As a matter of fact, I have to be out on Long Island next week.
No, I mean tonight.
Oh? What is it?
I think I've found something that you might be interested in.
Yes?
You know those static bursts I recorded?
The ones that came from the stars?
That's right. I've decoded them.
When you write science for the Times, you don't often go dashing off on the trail of scoops, as in TV versions of newspaper life. But it was about 11:45 as I drove out along the Montauk Highway, listening to Tex and Jinx on the radio to keep from piling up the car against the tree. Radio who keeps me awake. Nathan was waiting for me at the gate, and he had quite an argument to get me in past the MPs. We were challenged 4 times before we got to his lab.
I'm glad you came, Mr. Schwartz.
Oh, it's a nice night for a drive.
I know, but frankly, I wanted to ask you what I should do. You see, I requisitioned the supplies without authorization, and I don't know how to explain it to my division chief. I mean, it isn't as if I took any of the equipment home. It's all right here. But I've got to tell somebody. I just thought you might have some experience in how to handle a thing like this.
Like what?
Well, you remember that static recording I played you? Here, I got it set up.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember it vividly. Now, Mr. Nathan, it's very late, and this is far out on Long Island.
Now, you see, there's an old intelligence trick, speeding up on a recording till it sounds just like that, a short squawk of static, and then broadcasting it. Undergrounds use that when they don't want their transmitters located by triangulation. When you receive the broadcast, you slow it down and get your message.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You mean that you've decoded those static bursts from the stars?
Well, no, not exactly. I mean, they're not in code.
You think there's somebody out there broadcasting at us?
Well, no, it's not exactly that either.
Everything all right in here, Joe?
It's all right, Max. Mr. Schwartz has a clearance.
Okay, see you in the morning.
You see, if a star has planets, inhabited planets, and there was any broadcasting between them, they'd send it on a tight beam to save power.
Uh-huh.
It's the same method we used to aim radio beams at the satellite stations. You don't lose power. But you couldn't aim from planet to planet. You can't expect a beam to stay on target over such distance more than a few seconds at a time. It'd be like trying to keep a flashlight on a bouncing ball from a mile away.
Yeah, I see.
So they naturally compress each message into a short half-second or half-length package and send it a few hundred times in one long blast to make sure it was picked up during the instant the beam swings across the target. You see?
Huh? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Is that what those static squawks were?
I think so. I've got them analyzed up to a point, and they can't possibly be random.
Oh?
I recorded a couple of screeches from Sagittarius section, and I concentrated the work on them. It's taken me a couple of months to find the synchronizing signals, and set the scanners close enough to the right time to even get a pattern. But I'm getting close to it now.
Huh? You mean you've actually picked up messages from some form of alien life out there in the stars?
Yes. You see, and this raises a tremendous problem. How am I going to explain to the division chief why I made all those unauthorized parts requisitions?
I convinced Mr. Nathan that his supervisor was likely to overlook about $300 worth of electronic gear when presented with the fact that Nathan had discovered life in other star systems and was close to deciphering some of their messages. The department put him on full time and gave him an assistant. They made me swear to sit on the story by promising to give me the first break on it when it was finally released. So I kept checking with Nathan as he worked.
I don't think it's a voice message.
Well, what is it, a racing wire? Are we catching late scratches from some track at the edge of the galaxy?
I don't think so. It's a TV signal.
Oh?
There's a definite scanning pattern. I can separate out the locking poles for a picture.
Yeah?
The only problem is I've no way of assigning colors to the various bands.
Color? Well, what makes you think it's color?
Oh, it seems as if it's got to be.
You and RCA. This is the year color's here.
No, look at these waveform analyses.
Huh?
With a band spread that wide, it rather indicates a color transmission, don't you think?
Well, sure, why not? Let me know when you get the Steve Allen show. And then, of course, he did. Not the Steve Allen program, but the equivalent of it. He called me in about 4 months later. Had a monitor screen set up on a bare chassis with a wideband tape unit recording everything that came in.
Here, wait till I turn on the set. See, this is what I've been trying to figure out for at least a month. You see this picture?
Ah, looks like a Scotch plaid.
Well, we finally assigned the colors so that they seem to give a rational picture. Wait a minute, I'll clear it up. There. Oh, there it is.
What is that?
That's the signal from the stars.
It's a picture. Some kind of distorted broadcast.
That's what I said. It's a broadcast, and it's coming from somewhere out past Sagittarius. Do you want to hear the audio signal?
That's their language?
That's right. We're sure about that. The colors were assigned arbitrarily, of course. You see that figure there, the tall one?
With the green skin?
Yes. That skin may be blue or pink or gray or anything. We don't know what their color response is. The only thing we're sure about is the various shadings of intensity and the audio channel.
What is it? What's it all about?
Well, we haven't decoded the language yet. There's a team from Harvard working on that. We record everything that comes in, but I think it's a lending library.
A what?
It's all fiction. It's plays. And there are dozens of them, all at the same time. I think they broadcast them continuously, and anybody who wants a particular play can tune it in. With the short burst method of transmission, they've got plenty of room in the spectrum.
A lending library?
Of course. As soon as we break the language barrier, we'll know for sure. Oh, by the way, I thought you might be interested. I've sent them back a message.
Look, Nathan, when are they going to release this? When can I use it?
I don't know. In the civil service, you don't ask questions
Now,
like
look,
that.
I'm a newspaper man. This is the hottest story.
I thought you were from the Times.
I know, but it's still a newspaper. What is the message you sent them? How do you do it?
Well, I took a print of a film.
Yeah?
As a matter of fact, it was Punky Ellie's Dance of the Hours from the Disney film. You know, with the dancing hippopotamus and crocodile?
I think I remember it.
Well, I scanned it with the same combinations and sent it back along the same line we were receiving from. Just testing.
Huh. What do you think they'll make of dancing hippopotamuses and crocodiles out past Sagittarius?
Oh, I recorded a prologue, and I explained what it was. I thought it would please their library to get a new record in.
Look, Mr. Nathan, please, will you find out when they'll release this?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have an idea. The project supervisor said there'd be big news when we get an answer back.
When?
Oh, at the rate of transmission, only about 3 or 4 years.
That's what it was. 3 or 4 years. I forgot about Nathan for most of the time in the interim. It was one of the few stories in which nothing leaked. I have a feeling if the Pentagon realized how much I knew about it, I never would have gotten out of the laboratory at Riverhead. And so this story seems a lot more direct than it actually was. An awful lot happened in the 4 years before Nathan called me again, landing on the moon for one. But when he did call me, he had big news.
Here. Now watch this. Watch.
Is that the recording of the message you sent out? I've seen that before.
No, it isn't. That's a message we've received. They're playing it back to us. Now, wait. You'll see. Now, look. You see? There's an auditorium. They've been showing our message on a screen. Look at them.
What are they doing? Waving their hands in circles?
Well, that might be applause.
Oh.
You can't tell, but that isn't the most important thing. Do you realize what the intensity of this message was? On an Omicron scale, 302.8.
Yes?
Now, you'll see what I mean. Now, watch. Their camera, or whatever they use, pans up from the audience. Look at that wall.
Hey, it looks like a ship's hold.
It is. It's a spaceship. That accounts for the intensity of the broadcast. We've picked up an alien spaceship, and they've gotten our message. They're approaching the solar system, and we'll be able to contact them.
Joe, you know, I just don't care anymore. You've strung me along with this thing for 5 years, and it's no use to me. Absolutely no use.
Why, didn't I tell you? The Department of Defense is releasing the story to the press. You have it today, and there'll be a general release tomorrow.
And of course, you remember the story. We had it first. And any paper or TV broadcast that picked it up before the general release had to carry my byline and the Times copyright. I think it was the most important single newspaper beat that I've ever heard of. And of course, I did very well because of it. It was page 1 in the upper right-hand corner in the Times for 8 days running. And then the arrangements were made to cover the landing of the alien ship. The White House press secretary handled the whole thing. There'd be one pool man on the inside in direct contact with Nathan, the linguist teams, and the brass. Naturally, I got the pool assignment. There wasn't any question of it, really. But the rest of the boys were in on the releases, briefings, and press conferences. On arrival day, we were all schlepped out to the apron at White Sands Rocket Base. The concrete is graded to stand the thrust of those 3-stage giants that make the satellite and moon runs. But they'd added a layer of molybdenum mesh sprayed with some kind of plastistel on the theory that the stresses of an interstellar ship might crack White Sands rocket port like a pane of glass. The communications equipment was set up in the old red control blockhouse that hadn't been used since a whack Corporal missile misfired in '58. First, they threw Nathan to the wolves in a press conference. The TV boys with ultra portables were down on their knees in the first row, and the rest of us in the base movie theater. Nathan was up on the stage. Al Sullivan from the news led it off.
Mr. Nathan, what do you think of the aliens? Are they friendly? Do they look human?
Very human.
Exactly where will the alien ship land?
Well, that isn't exactly my field, but when you get out to the port, you'll see the strip. It's like a tic-tac-toe diagram. The release describes the precautions that have been taken, except for the grass strip along the runways. The light area has been remodeled.
Do you know anything about their home planet?
No, nothing directly.
You think they're dangerous, then?
No, I don't think so.
You realize, Mr. Nathan, that the 8th Atomic Artillery Battalion has been drawn up 5 miles north of the port, prepared for action.
Well, no, that's not my department. I don't know what precautions the military has taken.
But you think they're friendly?
Those I know are. I've been in contact with the radio operator of the ship. Bud says, I call him Bud, that he's worked up quite a thirst on this trip. Of course, we don't know what he drinks. We've no common chemical terminology. We haven't been able to exchange spectroscopic standards because we can't change the wavelengths accurately enough on the broadcast. We've arranged for you to see some of the recorded broadcasts we have made. When you watch them, I'd like you to realize that these are plays, all fictional. We haven't dubbed in a translation of the soundtracks, although since these were recorded, we've developed an automatic translator. You'll see that later. All right, I think we're ready for the showing. If somebody will please dim the house lights.
Of course, I'd seen the films before, but I stayed at the back of the hall to watch them again. The almost human forms, half dancing, the colors bright but strange. The sound was a flowing language with many shifts of pitch, and there was that strange, odd motion, not slow, but somehow drifting. It had been bothering me for some time, the films. There was something in the way they walked. They were good actors. Even without knowing what was happening, you were interested. You could tell the hero from the villain sometimes, and you rooted for him. Finally, I went out to the lobby, and I found Nathan pacing up and down.
What's on now?
That recording that they returned with the Ponchielli.
It's funny, you know. They're crazy about Ponchielli and Mozart. Can't stand Gershwin. Strange.
Joe, there's something wrong with the films.
What do you mean?
Well, something wrong with the whole thing. It's a hunch. I felt that way with the vaccine for the common cold. Turned out to be a bust, huh? Now, there's something about the way they move.
Well, that bothers me, too. When I turn the tape faster, they're all rushing, and you begin to wonder why their clothes don't stream behind them, why the doors don't close quickly behind them, why things fall so fast. Well, we don't have to worry about it. We'll see them in about 2 hours when they land.
He seemed a little too cheerful. Joe Nathan wasn't like that. He was usually too serious, took things literally. But he seemed to be trying to convince himself that nothing could go wrong. It was as if he smelled a rat but held his nose and went right ahead. At minus 30 minutes, we all took our places in the blockhouse. They had a monitor set up with the automatic translator hooked up on the audio channel, so the alien operator looked as if he was talking English, but the lip movement didn't quite match, like a bad foreign film with English dialogue.
There he is. He's broadcasting. Throw on the translator unit.
We've decelerated enough to enter the atmosphere. We'll be landing in 3 time periods. Hey, Joe, what is it? A murky-looking planet you live on?
What do you mean by that?
He's kidding. I've been talking with him for a few weeks. He's got a sense of humor.
What does he mean, murky? Can't be raining over much territory on Earth. It rained here this morning, but it's cleared up now.
There he is again. See the way he holds his mouth in an O?
Uh-huh.
That's their laugh.
Oh.
There, you can see his view screen behind him. He must be just entering the atmosphere. There goes the green light again.
What's that?
Oh, we're not getting this broadcast direct. That light means they've sent a concentrated squawk broadcast. We record it, slow it down, and then play it back here. Just a minute, and we'll get what he said. Here it comes.
Hey, Joe, it's dark. Your atmosphere is thick, really thick. You didn't tell me that. Approaching ground level.
I didn't hear any rocket jets. We should hear a landing blast, shouldn't we?
I don't know. Another message in.
We've landed. We're down.
Well, they can't be. They can't be. There's nothing out there.
Here he is again.
Listen, Joe, we're down. We're landed, but our detection field shows no buildings near. Nothing. The atmosphere registers thick as glue. There's tremendous gas pressure. Our hull won't take it too long. There's no light at all. Joe, you didn't describe it like this. What kind of a trick is this?
We've got a directional fix on the broadcast now.
Where is it?
There, on the field.
We're trying repair. We're adjusting a view screen to pick up the long waves to go through this murk. The engineer says there's something wrong with the steam jets. We're sending a help call to our nearest space base. Joe, get us out of here.
Well, where are they? Where are they? There's nothing out there. Nothing.
They'll have to triangulate the next broadcast again.
Joe, you've got to send a rescue party somehow. Listen, we've got a viewing screen rigged now. We're in the middle of a half circle of cliffs. Around the horizon, there is a wide, muddy lake with swimming, pulpy things attacking and eating each other on all sides. We're almost in the lake on the soft edge. And the mud can't hold the ship's weight, and we're sinking. The tubes are mud-clogged. When can you reach us?
They're out there, aren't they?
They're out there on that airport, on the empty field.
Where are you? We're sinking. Where are you?
I was wrong. The squawk transmission, by speeding it up for better efficiency, I was wrong.
What do you mean?
They don't speed up their broadcasts. They live that fast.
Over an hour of talk and action in one squawk? Nothing of any size could move that fast against inertia.
Joe, get us out. We're sinking. We're sinking into the mud, into the lake. The hull is buckling. Joe, get us out.
You can't, can you?
How? Get them out. There isn't a lake or a river within hundreds of miles from here.
The direction finders. The broadcast came from out there. From the concrete spaceport.
Possibly at the edge of the runway where the grass is growing. After all, it rained this morning.
Do you think we could ever find them?
Maybe. With a strong enough magnifying glass.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month features Rattle OK by Harry Warner Jr., which demonstrates that a time machine could be very useful for handling a department store's complaints, provided you don't go too far to please a customer. Galaxy Magazine, on your newsstand today. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you Pictures Don't Lie, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Catherine McLean and adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy. Featured in the cast were Joe DeSantis as Schwartz, John Gibson as Nathan, Sam Gray as a newsman, and Dick Hamilton as the alien. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
One of the best, one of the most popular programs on radio. That's You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx. And here's a reminder. Now Groucho can be heard on Saturdays. And he's on at a time when every member of the family, from Junior to Grandpa, can join in the laughter that goes with each question and answer session. A new day, a new hour, but the very same fun and good times that have made Groucho and You Bet Your Life so popular throughout the years. Have you ever met a hamburger king, or an earthworm farmer, or a famous beauty contest winner? Well, these are some of those who have appeared as Groucho's guests. Who will be his guests Saturday? Well, that's a secret. But you can bet your life they'll be full of fun and surprises. Have you ever heard Groucho sing his classic Captain Spaulding or throw a romantic line at a pretty girl contestant? You'll enjoy all of Groucho's unpredictable antics again this season, Saturday, the day for Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life. Check your newspaper. Hear music by Ralph Flanagan and Skinny Ennis on Bandstand on NBC.
Hey there, how's it going, people? What's up? Good morning. How are we today? I'm here. I'm weird. Get used to it. Hey, holiday chicken. Totally. Thank you, Gary. All right. So I got my video time machine done yesterday. I've got 2 videos to upload today. Hey, good morning, Joey. How you doing? You about ready to get on a plane, brother? Totally. Yeah. The good old holiday chicken there. I was really excited. I figured out what my Halloween costume is going to be. Eeyore, of course. You just got on the plane? Wow. Well, it is, 8 o'clock over there. Cool. They let you watch your phones on the planes nowadays? Before you had to turn all your electronics off. Do they do that now? They're supposed to interfere with the technology. I think it's bullshit. I think it was bullshit, and what now? People can use their phones on planes because it was bullshit before. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. I'm totally hot stuff, man. I'm like hotter than hot. I'm like hot cakes without the cakes. Yeah, video time machine. What a fun project. I'm hoping I get my my internet resources back. They underwent a cyber attack, and they are still offline. It says temporarily. I'm hoping after they get their technical difficulties figured out, they'll be back. And if not, I'm going to still do the radio shows. I'm going to have to mix up the programming a little bit because I'm going to be using my own files, my own vault of audio. And I've got, several hundred audio tracks of old-time radio shows. I've used a lot of it already because most of it's my favorite stuff. So I'm going to get into, I'm going to replace Dragnet with Tales of the Texas Rangers for a little while until I can get back to Dragnet and upload some more. I'm going to bring in Escape. I've got a lot of Escape, so I'm going to bring in some more Escape. We're going to listen to some of that. I've also got a lot of oddball stuff that we're going to listen to for a while. Blackstone the Magician, Richard Diamond, Detective, Barry Craig, C.I., like Ben Casey, crime photographer, that kind of shit. Along with some other stuff. I've got a copy of Journey to the Center of the Earth, and it is an audio play from England, and it's done in like 6 parts or something, and it's really, really good. So we'll do that, and we'll do a bunch of other stuff. I believe I have some CBS Radio Mystery Theater, and we're going to indulge in some of that. And then I'm going to start doing some more original content. I'm not really going to have any choice if I want to keep my channel going. Live stuff is going to be drying up here pretty quick for a few weeks to a couple of months to 6 months. Just depends on how comfortable I feel. So yeah, my room. I got rid of that tripod. You can just make out up in the corner there, that little piece of blonde wood right there in the corner, and just the front of my camera. A little tiny piece of my TV. Ooh, behind my flag, you can just see where my sheet metal is attached to my vent there. Very cool. Yeah, this is my little tiny room. That's it. It's tiny. I'm telling you. I mean, you can imagine. Wow, imagine all the stuff in this room. Look at that. It's just a little tiny shot. Imagine all this stuff. Then you go to the room. And it's like, that's a lot of stuff. But damn, it's small. How many stereos you got there? Oh, geez, don't even ask about the VCRs or the Betamaxes or anything. Jeez. They made you turn your phone off, huh? Like he's got to know I said that, right? Oh my gosh. So you're on. Oh, I know. If you're still on your phone, cast the picture up to the screen on the that everybody's watching. That'll fuck with their heads. Who the hell is that? Who's that crazy word dude? I don't know. So Joey's on a plane headed to Arizona, and he's just going to be a couple of hours away by car. Excellent, Smithers. Well, I got a room ready for you. Not exactly a room, but it's roomy. Well, all right. So my house is tiny. Are you still there? You're landing today and you're coming out tomorrow, right? You're renting a car and then you're staying with your friend tonight and then you're coming out tomorrow? You can come out early if you want. Your bed is ready. Bed. Get sleep tonight. Get some sleep tonight. Yeah. I guess it's just a matter of staying awake as long as possible and then trying to get to sleep early tonight. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Get your hours switched around so you can enjoy that concert. Right? Totally. Totally, man. All right. I'm really excited. I got to check with my daughter, see if we're getting a rollaway bed or if we're taking the air mattress with us. I've always got to take pillows with me. I got to take 2 pillows with me. That will enable me to sleep normally. It took me years of staying in motels and hotels in strange places to realize that all I needed were the 2 pillows that go under my head. That's it. That's all I need. With that, I can put my head down and my head feels the same no matter where I'm sleeping. And that is the key to sleeping in a strange place, is to have your pillow and or blanket, depending on what it is, what your comfort level is, right? I can deal with just about any blanket. The weight. It's the weight of the blanket on you that does it, right? I would prefer to have the weight of my own blanket on me, but if the blanket is close enough in weight, then it's okay. Wait. No, really. It's like a moonbeam coming down and poking your eyes. A moon, hunter's moon. What is a hunter's moon? Well, it's the moon that the hunters use to hunt by. I don't fucking know. I don't freaking know, man. I just don't know. Far out. Yeah, man, I cleaned and dusted yesterday, finally. Finally, it's been like forever. I've been so wrapped up in my own bullshit here that I just haven't been able to get up and do it, right? And vacuuming is always fun because I've got dogs, so I've got to vacuum like 8 times, right? I got to vacuum in this direction, and then I got to turn around, I got to vacuum in this direction, I got to vacuum in this direction, and then I got to vacuum in this direction, and then I do it twice. I go one way, and then I come back, and I go the other way, and then flip around, and I go the other one, and then go back the other way. So it's like literally 8 passes over the carpet. But it's totally, you can totally tell. I mean, it's amazing. I did half the carpet, right? And it's just dog hair, right? That's it. It's just dog hair. And I did half of the carpet, and you could see the color in the carpet because it's one of those Persian rugs, right? And I'm like, wow. And I look at the other half, and the other half is like gray. Looks like one of the dogs with gray hair, just gray, right? And I get halfway through vacuuming the other half, and I'm like, wow, dogs, hair. I hope you're not allergic to dogs. That would suck. But let's see. 1, 2, 3. I've got a couple of albums that I haven't even opened, dude. Maybe at some point we can hang out and open some records and listen to some stuff. I've got a Beatles record that I haven't opened yet. I've got a Lucas Nelson record I haven't opened. I've got a Ben Harper record I haven't opened. I've got a Kiss record I haven't opened. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely. I hope you gave my information to your father to put his mind at ease. Because parents worry. And I can totally dig it. And I totally dig where you're coming from, Dad. So, yeah. Totally. My daughter's like, how old is Joey again? 24. And she's like, wow, wow. I thought he was like 27 or 28 or 29 or something. I didn't realize he was that close to my age. And I said, yeah, you guys should have a lot of common. I said, how old your other friend that's going? 19, 20, 24? I said, you guys were right in the same age range, right? When you were getting into high school, he was getting out of high school. So it's pretty close. That's pretty cool. He does have similar interests as, Joey, you do have similar interests as my daughter and myself, so that's fun. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to sit here and go through records, right? And sit here and look at records and talk about music. And I got a lot of stuff for you to look at, man. 45s and 8 tracks. It's crazy stuff. If we got time, we'll watch a crazy movie. Have you ever seen Over the Edge? If not, you got to watch Over the Edge with me. It is my quintessential 1970s kids movie, right? I mean, a lot of kids in the 80s were into like Stand By Me and Lost Boys and Outsiders. All of these pseudo kind of teen kid movies, where you see a gang of kids out roughing it up and getting tough and stuff. Over the Edge was my movie. That was one that closely resembled our lives back in 1980, right? 80 to 81, 82. That was us back then. That was us, baby. Elsinore was. What is that place called? Granada. Oh, what is it called? Granada something. Yeah. I'm looking at the movie poster right here. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff there, baby. Oh, baby, can you dig your man? All right, let's take a look at my list of stuff. Let's see, Dragnet. We are not going to get to Dragnet anytime soon because my resources have dried up temporarily. So we'll go ahead and X that off of the list. I did the VTM and uploaded it. I've got Ed Films. I got 2 more Ed Films to do. That's it. I didn't work on the gate. I didn't create a new playlist. Nope. Nope. Okay, Ed Films. Gotta get the rest of those done. Gate. I don't know. I'm going to work on the gate today. I'm going to probably finish cleaning up and straightening up in here. New playlist. I'm going to create a new playlist on my channel that is devoted to just original content. I've got stuff kind of spread out through a bunch of different playlists. So I am going to do that, to consolidate everything onto one playlist that's original. I'm going to do my X-1. Right now they're in 2 playlists, 1955 and 1956 and 1957, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to have 2 episodes from 1958 and then 1 episode from 1973. I don't know how to... I think I'm going to make one playlist of all X-1 episodes. And then have playlists of, okay, here's 58, here's 57, here's 56, here's that one in 73. And put them in their own little playlists type things. I mean, what is it going to hurt, right? That guy's got 1 million playlists. Psst. I like to be organized. They're not playlists to me, they're files. Right? I think they took his phone away, man. They take your phone away, man. Get off that phone. He's duct taped to a chair. What? I was just talking to a friend. You know, I've never never flown on a plane. I haven't had the need or the opportunity. It's not that I don't want to. I would prefer to fly in a smaller charter plane rather than a big giant bus in the sky. I don't think I could handle really being in close quarters with that many people for that long a time. Right? It does not amuse me. Nah, I'm just not a big fan of people in general. People as a whole. People as a herd. It's not my bag, baby. Wow. Well, if you just got on the plane at about 5-ish and a couple hours flight, he'll probably be getting to Arizona about the time that I'm finishing up my show here. And, yeah. Arg. Oh, yeah. Let's see, I gotta get out to the reservation this afternoon. Get my fill. Hey, Phil. That's P-H-I-L. Phil. Phil. Yo, Phil. Yo, Phil this. Oh. Ooh. 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 Ah. Ah. There's Ace. Ace is the face of the 1970s place. Yeah. Oh, man. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves has been going through my head all morning for some reason. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves are here from the people of the town. They call us gypsies, tramps, and thieves. And every night the men would come around and lay the money down. Yeah, there you go. Picked him up just out the mobile, gave him a ride and filled him with a hot meal. I was 16, he was 21. Papa would have killed him if he knew what he'd done. Oh, yeah, I'll stop singing. I will. Oh, wow, I just had a hardcore flashback. Oh, man, I even had the smells. Oh, wow, it was a construction site back in, I'm going to say 1980, 1982, 1983. Summer. I'm living in a school bus with my family. It's a slash motorhome. My brother's gone already. My sister's living with somebody in the house that we're parked in front of. And I am having to spend way too much time with my parents, who are frustrated as hell, I would imagine, because their lives are in such a shitty condition at that point. But my mother had a tendency to take it out on me, right? And I remember that I needed money. I just wanted to get away. I needed money. I wanted money for food. I wanted money for my own clothes. I wanted money for my own pot. I wanted money. And so I just walked up the street to a job site, walked up to a guy who looked like he was in charge and said, "Hey, you guys need some help? What can you do? What do you want me to do?" And that was how I started. And I picked up a broom and I swept. And I picked up a trash can and I collected trash. And then I would go into buildings and I would show up at sunup and I would start in one building and I would start in the top. And I would sweep everything down the stairs and everything to the front door, and I would bag it up and take it out, and I'd go to the next apartment. And I did that for months over the summer, trying to make some money, right? I mean, the only money I was making at that point was collecting bags of walnuts in the groves, putting them in paper sacks, taping them up, and selling them for $1 a piece at the swap meet. It was good money. You could make mega bucks over the weekend selling bags of walnuts. People come back and say, "Hey man, I got a bag," and it had like 3 or 4 bad nuts in it. It's like, "Here, take a bag. Go on." I mean, it was literally, we'd walk through the fields and just scoop up, the groves, and we'd just scoop up trash bags filled with walnuts. Take them home, sort them, bag them, price them. That was it. We'd take it all to the swap meet, set it out on a table with a little Sharpie dollar on the bag, and that was it. People would walk by throwing bucks and grabbing bags and crunching walnuts all day long. It's fucking great. Walnuts and pecans as well. They had pecans. And I just remember that the smell of the dust on that job site in the apartments. It was my first real experience working full-time and working on a job site full-time. So the sights and the smells and the sounds and everything, that was pretty much my first experience with construction. And I got to where I was so helpful that if somebody needed a help, I was there helping. If this guy needed, I was there helping. So I was just kind of the gopher, the runner. At one point, I became the cleaner, and then I became the gopher, and then I became kind of like the assistant to the contractor. What was his name? George? you know, as in construction with most guys like that, they're juggling way too many things, way too many people, way too many books, way too much money. He screwed me out of my last check. After he talked me into coming in and working, well, you just come in to work one week and I'll pay you off, you know. And so he screwed me out of my last check, which should have been 2 checks. And there was nothing I could do about it. You know, I was just a 16-year-old kid, no way to get around, no way to chase him. It was just ridiculous. Yeah. No, actually, I did get paid. I actually found out where he lived. I drove by his house once and went, hey, that's a son of a bitch. And I had a friend of mine take me in there. Say, I ain't leaving until you pay me. He wrote me a check, and it bounced. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you do. But I knew where he lived, so I took the check back to him. Nah, this ain't working. Go cash it again. It's gonna work this time. Bullshit. Pay me some fucking cash. What do you? That's enough. Just fuck you. Get away from me. Yeah. Well, I was gonna do a little bit of smoking, I guess. Wow. Wow. Well, let's see. The Res doesn't open. The Res pot shop don't open till 10. Yeah. Let's see. The wife will be gone till at least 12 or 12:30, maybe 1. I guess when she gets back, we'll make up this room and bed and everything all purty. Let's see. I am going to hook up this little TV today and see if it works. Right? That's totally cool, man. Totally cool. It's cool. Too cool for skule. So I've got one more episode. One more episode of that 80s show to watch. I really liked that show. It's a bummer it got canceled. Of course, when you come in off the heels of one show and you're trying to mimic it just doesn't work. It might have worked had it been a spin-off, right? But a takeover? No, people expected it to fill those shoes of that 70s show, and it could not compete. So therefore, it got bagged. What they should have done, what should have happened is they should have at least handed the torch, passed the torch, if they could have done that, i.e. bringing in a character from that 70s show, older now, walking through or doing something, being a part of, however, or maybe had they started that 80s show the same season that they ended that 70s, if they'd started that 80s show the same season they ended that 70s show, rather than have it be, and remember that 70s show, it started on New Year's of 2000, and then it went, 8 seasons, and then ended on New Year's, right? Of like 2008 or 9 or something, right? Now, and then after New Year's, of course, they started that 80s show. So it finished the season, right? Nah, that didn't work. What they should have done was they should have introduced that 80s show at the beginning of the end season and had it go a full season. 13 episodes. And then having it be a replacement. Had we fallen in love with that 80s show and that 70s show, back to, okay, we're going to do that 80s show, and then at 8:30 we're going to do that, that 70s show first, and then that 80s show at 8:30, right? I think that would have worked. We would have fallen in love with both shows together, and then one would have just kind of dribbled away, and we'd have kept on with the other one, and then that thing would have lasted for years. It would have lasted long enough to then bring in that 90s show, you know? I mean, in another 5 years, you can do a 2000s show, right? They can call it that Millennium Show or some shit. I don't know. Fucking A. Fucking A, right. I better heat up this coffee. So I'm trying to figure out a day or two during the week when I can go weedless, right? I better send a message here to Michelle about my shirts. Yeah. And there you go. Okay, good morning. When you get started, can you please do one of my shirts, dark blue, and the catfish with the crown? Then I can have some variety for the video show. No worries if not. Thank you so much. Okay, that's good. Not too pushy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't like it to be pushy. If you can, you can. If you can't, ain't no worries. Ain't no big thing. And don't worry about it, buddy. Okay. So yeah, trying to come up with it'll probably be different days. Where I'm not doing much. I sat out here uploading my video time machine, and I actually finished a chapter in this book that I'm reading, Lakota Woman. It's great. I'm almost halfway through it now. Yeah, well over a third. I'm just just about ready to get into the middle of this book. And of course, in the middle of the book, at the end of the next, well, right in the middle, yeah, at the end of the next chapter, which is the siege. So, she keeps talking about Wounded Knee in the past. But it's coming up to the point to where she's actually going to talk about the siege. That's chapter 9. I'm just going to start chapter 8. Gildersleeve Trading Post and Sacred Heart Church. Been there. That's where it happened. That's where it happened. At Pine Ridge, Rosebud. South Dakota. Heavy shit, man. Heavy shit. Yeah, I need to finish this and get on to another. Get on to another. Get on to another. I like watching movies and shows that I haven't seen in forever, or that I never got to see, or stuff that I've seen a million times. That I dig. When it comes to reading, I want to read something new. I've got books that I haven't read in 30 years, 35 years. So there are a few of those that I want to reread. Some Robert Heinlein especially. Yeah. Got a call from my dentist yesterday wanting to schedule an appointment. I'm like, I already scheduled. So she checked. It's like, yeah, you're right. I said, okay, well, look. This is what's going on. So I walked her through everything, explained everything that's going on, say I may have to reschedule again. She says, right, get it started. I said, look, on the outside, if I got to do an out-of-pocket, what kind of money do I have to come up with? She says it's like $1,080. And she wasn't sure if that was like $1,080 per top and bottom, or $1,080 total. And so looking on the outside, we're looking at a couple of thousand at the most, right? She says, yeah, that's okay. Well, that's not outside the realm of possibilities in case I need. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to have to go in there between now and then, talk to the dentist and say, look, I know my insurance covers this. What if there's cash involved? Can I get a better deal, a better job? Can I get it quicker? Can I go get an immediate denture and have it made sooner if I throw in some cash? I mean, I just don't want to be without teeth for more than a couple of weeks, a couple of months on the outside, right? I mean, it's hard enough to eat as it is. It's hard enough to get food in me and keep it down and want to eat. So I really want to get this taken care of as quick as possible. And if it means coming up with, a few $1,000s to deal with this, then that's it. That's fine. That's what we'll do. Just to get this done and over with. Right, Ace? Yeah. Oh my God. I've got like all of these fucking movies, right? And I am just so excited that I may be able to watch one or two of these my favorite movies with someone new, right? That's awesome stuff right there. Awesome stuff. Yeah, that's bitchin'. So I hope we got time to listen to some music, look through some records. I'd like to take Joey over to my over to this garage down the road and have you thumb through some records there, right? I have a feeling that you're gonna. Yeah, I hope you brought an extra bag, or you're gonna have to get an extra bag here and fill it and send it back. Yeah. How much does it cost to take luggage? Is it going to be easier to ship stuff home or take it with you on the plane? Because at this point, I've already got a box full of stuff. It's got a lot of padding in it, paper and the little bubble wrap. Mainly because, I think it's about a half a box full of stuff, and the rest is all bubble wrap and paper and packing and stuff, because I got records and things in there. Stuff I didn't want to get broken. So, more than likely, you can just open the box and kind of pack everything into your luggage. If you didn't bring enough luggage, we can hit a thrift shop here in town and get you a little bag to take home with you, right? Pack a little suitcase. That's what I need to do. I need to find one of those little suitcases with the wheels. That'd be great. Or a wagon. I like the idea of having a fold-up wagon, right? You pop it out, you unfold it, you pack it full of all your stuff, you drag it up to the room. Bada bing. No carrying stuff. They used to have those little carts, right? The concierge, you could get the bellhop cart, right? They don't do those anymore. They're like the rooms, the hotels are so big, you would have to have 100 of these things because people are always coming and going. Where do you park them all, right? The old hotels that you used to go to, and you'd see all those bellhop carts and stuff all rode up, right there in their valet parking. You don't see much of that anymore. It's like, you know what? We don't have the time or the space to deal with that. Some of the more expensive places probably still do that because, let's face it, they're expensive. There ain't not a lot of people there anyway. And if they are, well, they're expensive people, and they have to have their butts wiped, and they have to be pampered, and carry my bags, and here's your tip, and here, do stuff for me, right? Well, first hit of the day. Rumblefish right now is on Prime. And I want to get the time to watch it with my daughter. Yeah. Yeah, a love seat. A love seat in here. Right? Right here where these two chairs are. Just right here, a little love seat with a little table next to it, or a smaller table, something. Just something for a cup, I had a coffee table, but my wife ironed on it, right? It's a coffee table with the wings, so she folded the wings up. She threw a towel down, and she ironed some clothes, right? She pulled the towel up, and the heat had whitened all of the laminate on this table. And she felt so bad about it, right? And I'm like, eh. So she was out there, she took sandpaper and the sander, and she sanded it all out. Is this good? Nice. Is this good? Nice. So she sanded it all out, and now it's just kind of sitting there. So I really need to put some sealer on it, restain it and reseal the top of it, and see if it's still of any good. We took it down to wood, which means it's probably warped and cracked by now. So, coffee table, like I said, this whole unit here is going to get spun around and moved into that room at some point. That day bed's going to come out. I'll turn that into a little editing video suite, and I can draw a curtain around it and hide in there and do videos. And then this room in here will then once again become a living room. It goes back and forth every couple of months. I change things out. I move things around, bring in new furniture, move out old furniture. We've gone through 3 or 4 different sets of chairs. I like the old leather back, wing back armchairs, the old wooden armchairs, antique style chairs. I love that kind of stuff. So we'll see something and we'll, let's get that. And, $5 or $10, we'll get a piece of furniture. We'll swap out a piece of furniture, take it over to the garage. At some point, maybe in the spring, I think we'll have to go through everything that we have, and then everything that we have in the garage over at our friend's house, and then everything that they have in the garage there. It's an Airbnb. And then on a weekend in the spring when the house isn't rented, we'll go stay in the house and get up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings and open up the garage and have a yard sale, right? Because it's a perfect place to do that. You can pull everything into the garage at the end of the day, pull everything right out onto the driveway. There's plenty of parking on the street. It's right in town. All you got to do is run a sign down to the, half a block away to the highway, and you're going to have 1 million people coming up, right? So it's a perfect location for a yard sale. It's just a matter of what do I want to sell. I've got 1 million things, and I don't want to part with most of them. I've got a great big leather wingback chair, right? It's tall, it's wide, it's got wheels, and it spins. It needs to be fixed in the seat because it broke a spring on one side or something. So it has to be opened up and repaired, and I haven't gotten into it. This chair here, I just recently broke one of the sides on the metal straps. This chair over here has already had 2 straps broken on it, and I tried to repair it, and it broke another one. So I'm going to keep these chairs over in my editing area, and I'll keep them side by side in my editing area so 2 people can sit in there and do video stuff if necessary. I'll keep it set up in here with a love seat. If the love seat is small enough, I'll angle it slightly so it's not like squared, and I'll put a chair in here. So I'll have a little love seat and a chair with a little table in between, and maybe perhaps a little coffee table. I need to be able to walk around. I need to be able to walk around that chair. I need to be able to walk around behind this table here, between the table and the stereo, and I need to be able to walk around this way in the corner. So if the furniture sets in the middle of the room, that's perfect. So I need furniture that is small enough to fit here, but big enough to be comfortable on. So a little love seat here, not a full-size love seat, even just a wide chair that 2 people can sit in, and a dog, right? Or a person and all the dogs. A person can lay and kind of nap on it. So nothing real big. I don't want a huge love seat because it's going to take up most of this little tiny room, right? From this elbow here to that end of the chair, that elbow, that's pretty much the size of a love seat, right? Anything bigger and I won't be able to fit a chair in here. I can spin it and put it here, right? And then have a table and a chair over here on this side. Now that would work. TV-wise, the TV is here, which means if the love seat is here, there's no way to see the television, right? There's also a TV back here. You can just see the corner of that TV. If the love seat is here, you cannot see the TV. You cannot see any of the TV. So, love seat on this side, that would work. If the love seat was on this side, facing that way, and had room to walk behind it so that I could get to all of these books and records and stuff here, right? And then 1 or 2 chairs on this side of the room, right? I've got a desk that pops out on this cabinet here. I've got a wet bar here. Well, not a wet bar. There's no water, but there's a lot of wet. I think that's probably going to be the best thing, is to put the sofa, the love seat sofa, on this side, and because this is all cabinetry here, and you don't want something blocking the cabinetry. This here, a short-backed sofa love seat, you can still see all the stuff that's on this shelf here. You can still get around it. My dogs would prefer a window. When we first moved in here, this wall was 3 windows. And this wall over here was 2 windows. And the windows went so close into the corner that I only had about 2 to 3 feet on each wall in a corner, right? So you really couldn't decorate the wall. There was like only a little bit of wall. That was it. It was like all windows in here, and it was so bright, it was so hot. But the dogs loved it. The couch up against the windows, and they were always in the window, right? That got old. I wanted more wall space, so where this corkboard is here, and where these pictures are here, pictures, corkboard, that corkboard there's a window behind it. These pictures here, there's a window behind it. I blocked them up, drywalled over, textured, mudded, and painted. Right here, there is behind this radio and Reagan and Bobby Kennedy there. Well, there's a window right there, and I had to drywall it, mud it, tape it, texture it, paint it, so that I could have more friggin' wall space. It's like I had no walls, so I had all this stuff that I wanted to hang up and nowhere to put it all. It's like, all right, these windows are gone. We can live with 2 windows in here. These windows over here, none of these windows behind me opened. They were just sun and dogs barking constantly. So I was happy to see them go. This one over here, I closed it up, and just as I was finishing closing up, putting the drywall on it, I banged a piece of wood, and it slipped and it cracked the window. So I had already painted over the windows on the inside white, so that from the outside they just looked white. So I just put a lot of paint in where the crack was, right? And I just filled it in with paint and let it harden and dry with all that paint in the cracked area, rather than fix it at some point. So from the outside it's all white with a crack and the paint dripping through the crack and stuff. Yeah, what are you going to do? This place is a hovel anyway. It's a frickin' shack. It's my shack, and I love it. I don't mind the condition of the shack. I wish it were on a solid foundation or a floor. I wish it were a concrete floor on the ground. I wish the place were bigger. More property and more house, more square footage, right? It wouldn't have to necessarily be perfect, right? It could be an old, beat-up, house. I could totally dig that. But space is what I'm lacking. It'd be nice if I was just younger or physically able to do stuff. It would be great if we could co-op a piece of property, right? And create a village, right? Get like 5 acres, nothing, 5 or 10 acres, out someplace where it's cheap and you've got forest and water and weather and seasons, right? And then someplace that's already got a dwelling, right? So that from there you can say, okay, let's build a little tiny home neighborhood over on this piece of property, and we'll build a little street that comes in, a parking lot, a little cul-de-sac where you can, everybody's got a cart they can take from their car to the house. There's a back road that comes around behind each house, so if you have to take the car to your house, it doesn't go through the main part. The only thing that goes through the main parts are like bicycles and people on foot and golf carts and electric stuff, and create a little community where the vehicles are pretty much on the outskirts. They come in and they park over here. The rest of the property is like without vehicle. It's just like no cars, no nothing. Lots of footpaths on little trails and gardens and little tiny homes. Here's a little yard and a little tiny home, a little path over to the community center, and then from there there's a little path over to this house, and a little path over this house, and that house, and this house, and just have a bunch of like-minded individuals kind of sharing a communal residence, right? Nobody lives in the main house. It's more for a community usage and guests, right? You're having a party, you're having guests. It's like, okay, I need that the bedrooms, a couple of bedrooms in the house for guests. Bingo. You know, or eventually have a few extra tiny homes for guests and people in kind of a transient situation, right? Transitional situation. Happens. It happens. It'd be neat to have a whole little tiny home community of places that you can lend to people who are in dire straits, right? It's like, here, stay in this place for 6 months. You got 6 months to stay here and get your shit together and get the fuck out, right? But you don't have to pay to stay there. That's the thing. Paying to exist is what gets you further and further and further underwater, right? When you're trying to get out from underneath shit and you are constantly throwing shovels out and stuff is coming back in, okay? If you can stay somewhere for 6 months and work and not have to put that money out, now you're saving, and it's like, hey, now I can afford to move into that place. Now I can afford the rent because I didn't blow everything moving into the place and then playing constant catch up from then on, right? So, you know, or pull people in for 6 months and say, okay, look, you've been here 6 months. Do you want to co-op your own tiny home on this part of the property? Or do you just want to get your shit together and get an apartment somewhere? However, you know, they're trying to, literally in California, trying to get rid of the tiny home situation. That's fucked up. If there's one thing that could make me move from California, it's pretty much the housing situation, right? There are empty houses everywhere and people living on the streets. Now people are finding ways to get houses and to live and to pay rent and to own a house, and they're just figuring out ways to keep people from being able to do that. Well, let's change the law so they can't do that. What the fuck? Nobody's allowed to own anymore. We're only allowed to rent. And now they're making it impossible to rent, right? Impossible. Okay, 6:45. The little lady's got to get up at 6:45 in about 45 minutes. Do I have an alarm set? What do I have? Yep, 6:45. Nice. How the heck is that, right? Joey just at 5 o'clock said he just got on his plane, and by the end of my show here, he'll probably be in Arizona, right? And he could literally, if he were, he could literally drive here. And, I mean, that's like coming from the East Coast to my house in like a day's work, right? Like an 8-hour day. That's all it would take, is literally an 8-hour day to get here. He could fly to Palm Springs, and he'd only be, you know, it would take him a few more minutes to fly to Palm Springs, and then he'd only be like a half an hour to an hour away by car. Sheesh. I just, you know, transportation, the fact that the world is so small right now, and the fact that you have access to everything and everyone and any place. Which is crazy. It's just crazy. Mainly because I'm old. And I come from a time period where a lot of this stuff was like science fiction. Right? Oh, T graphics. I need to go back to work on t-shirt graphics. I'm right in the middle of a vintage t-shirt reproduction that I need to finish. Mainly it's just a lot of pixels. It's just pixel, a lot of pixel work. So I got to get back to that and finalize the next 2 shirts. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I try not to get too pushy when I'm working on a project. If I get pushy with myself, I screw it up. I try not to get pushy with people, because then, you know, they're like, what is this guy's problem? I can't remember when I started the whole t-shirt process, but it has to be like almost a month, right? It was probably at the beginning of the month is when I think I would have sent. Let's see, where am I going to find that stuff there? Okay, Facebook. So, yeah, if I remember correctly, the 27th of September was my first donation coming in, which means 2 weeks before that is when I started the t-shirt process with the t-shirt place. So it's been about a month, right? T-shirts are going to be printed today or tomorrow if they haven't been printed already. I just sent a message this morning to print an extra shirt with one of my shirts, right? Yeah. So, wow. And then when I go in, I need to drop off my Starsky graphic. And so that one's a little, I think that one's a little drier than, they're 2 different conditions, 2 different things. So hopefully it'll work. If not, I'm going to lose that Starsky graphic. I probably didn't pay any more than $20 for it. I probably paid $8 to $10 for the graphic. An old 1970s Starsky David Michael, I can't remember his name. David Michael Glacier. Starsky. So hopefully that'll work. So with my Budman Bicentennial shirt and Starsky, and then 2 copies of one of the shirts we're printing, and then 1 copy of another shirt that we're printing, that'll be 5 shirts that I will get out of this first process here. I did make a donation. I did make my $50 donation to the fund that I am in charge of. Did I put myself in the book? I got to put myself in the book. Because that's important for everyone to know that I donated, you know. And it was great because I went down there and I took my notebook and I took my my cigar box there. You see that Corona cigar box there? So I took that in and pulled the money out, opened my wallet, switched out the money so that I was making change, threw 100 in, got 50 back, so I threw in my 50 to pay for my shirts. The extra shirt I get because it's I bought a pack of shirts, sample shirts. And so for every run made, Like for every 2 shirts made, I'm going to get an extra shirt out of the deal. Say, print one of these, print one of those in this color. I'll probably go out and buy another couple of bags of shirts and have different colors printed so that I have my own versions, my own special colors of stuff. I can do that, you know. This shirt in 3 different colors. Yeah, baby. And the main thing is to get these pledges turned into donations, and to get the people who are doing the early donations, turn them into fundraisers. It's like, okay, can you go after 10 people? Can you get me 10 donations? Right? Well, somebody's already gotten me 2 pledges, so I need to turn those pledges into donations. And have people, all right, look, go after, you know, like door-to-door selling candy for the Girl Scouts, or candy bars in the parking lot or whatever, getting people to sign up, you know, sponsor me, right? I need someone to, I need a lot of someone's to contact friends and family and say, look, send me money for a shirt. Send me money for a shirt. Send me money for a shirt. They get 10 orders together with all the sizes and colors and everything, and they send me the money and the sizes. That's what I need. I need to send out a form, right? I need to create a form and have that sent to people, electronically sent. Print this out, fill it out, add all of the sheets of sizes and addresses and stuff. Add the donations in one check or money order, and send it to me. And we need to do it like that. And then I take the cash, I cash it, take the cash to them. It never goes through my bank, right? I go to the post office, I mail the shirts. I take the rest of the cash, the balance, I put it toward the next shirts, or at some point we just start stacking it up and saying, okay, look, we've got enough for the house now. Who's going to rent the house, right? Now, I don't want to do all of this on my own. I can't do all of this on my own. I've got to have people doing certain things, jobs and stuff. So once the shirts are happening, I will begin in earnest to go after, and I'm going to not have the ability to be speaking, so I'm going to have minions, basically. I'm going to have people out there doing the fundraising. You know, and the key thing is that you're not just throwing your money into a donation thing and going, oh, well, that was a waste, right? You're getting 2 shirts for the price of 2 shirts, right? Literally. $50 plus shipping and handling. It's like that. That's a donation, and you get 2 shirts. Fucking A. If there were shirts that I wanted, I'd be doing that shit all day long, right? Because that's how I buy shirts for $20 to $30. If it's a concert shirt, I could pay up to $60 for a fucking t-shirt, right? A t-shirt. And all I get is a t-shirt. You donate, and not only do you get to donate and help a great cause, help a great party that you can then attend, but you get t-shirts. You get fucking t-shirts. It's like a win-win, you know? I don't see how anybody could not want to donate, unless if they don't have money. You don't have money, then don't fucking worry about it. Just come to the party. At some point, we should have enough shirts flowing and enough people buying or donating to make this happen, right? I'm going to do 12 to 1,500 shirts. 12 to 1,500 shirts. That is my plan, right? Plans change, but that's my plan. 12 to 1,500 shirts should net us a donation profit upwards of $15,000 to $20,000, right? That's enough to pull off a great party. No cruise, no little evening in the park, right? No little day at the beach. We're talking a fucking weekend. Live music, food, tours, biking, boating, hiking, fishing, the works. The fucking works. Let's see. GV has sent me a shitload of pictures. And I need to go through and... Wow, yeah, he just sent me a shitload of pictures driving around the lake on his motorcycle. So, I am going to open these pictures up and go through them and download them. All right, and okay, let's download that one. Download that one. All right, so we'll download all of these pictures, and these are pictures that I'm going to use for our t-shirt stuff, right? Well, more reunion stuff. T-shirt stuff. I think I'm looking at a 1970s 80s movie called like Hot T-Shirts or something. And I think I might use something like that. I might use some little bits of pieces of movies for the shirt donation commercial advertisement infomercial thing. Oh, great shots. Great shots of the lake there, Gary. That's great. I was talking to my wife the other night about Gary, and we used to we went to school together, and Gary used to own a van, and he would I would stop by my friend's parents' house and pick up some joints, some doobies, early in the morning before school. So I'd walk down to their house, and Mom would be in there rolling doobies and drinking coffee and stuff, and I'd hang out with her for a little bit and get high and pick up some doobies, and then Gary would drive by and park for a couple of minutes, for a couple of seconds, to see if I was there, and then if I was there, I'd run out and get in the van, and we'd blaze them doobies going around the lake, picking people up for school. It's great. Back in the old days. Alright. Well, there. I just did a bunch of pictures. And now I'm going to take these photos. Come on. There we go. Actual photos now. There we go. And let's move these over to the reunion file. Let's see, what are we gonna... Shirts, Prado Dam to Arch Bridge, Elsinore Then and Now. That would be it. Elsinore Then and Now. Alright, so this is where I want to put that file. So take these guys and move to Elsinore Then and Now. Do I have enough? Okay. I was going to say, have I even got enough frickin' memory? Barely. I got 6 gigabytes left out of 818 gigabytes. Out of 1.81 terabytes. I've got 133 gigabytes of free on my external. Yeah, I'm batting 1,000 here. Pardon me. Pardon my oops. That's great. Okay. So, I need to talk with my brother this weekend. I need to talk to about 4 people this weekend and have them get on board. Let's see, 2 of them have already donated. 2 of them are pledged, but haven't had a chance to donate yet. So I am probably going to be mailing out shirts to these 2 people who haven't donated, just so that I can whet their appetite and get them to help on the commercials. Like, pay me when you can, all right? Send the donation when you can. But here are the shirts because I need you to be on camera wearing a shirt, right? And you need to get more donations. I guess I'm probably going to wait to send stuff to the East Coast, well, to Florida anyway, and to some of those storm-torn places until I get word that, yes, the mail is happening correctly. And let me put myself down in here as a donator. Where's my good pen? Oh. Up here on my clipboard. All right, back in the business here. All right, back into the book. Hey. Cool beans. Thank you, Lindsay. Michelle. All right, so cool. She's going to do me an extra shirt. Let's see. Put my name down here in the book as a donor. And I am 19th. Ooh. Uh-oh. Wow. Sorry I was lost for a second. Michelle sent a video of them making the screen for one of my shirts, and it was pretty cool. Using high pressure water to rinse out the screen so the image comes out. Yeah, it got me a little misty-eyed. That's very cool. That's gonna be neat on a commercial or infomercial or something. A little bit of that process happening. So they're being really cool about this. They can't let me do the process with them, but they're going to record and photograph and stuff as much as possible of the making of the t-shirts. And then when I go in to pick up the t-shirts, of course, I'll get photographs of me with them this first run, because after that I probably won't be going out much for a while, unless I'm wearing a mask or something. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool. I'm going to download that to my phone. And then at some point later today, I will send that to my wife so that she can then message it to me to my other phone via the computers. And then I can turn it into a video. Or take it from her phone. And I need to empty her phone anyway. She didn't record a whole lot the other night with Modern English, but okay, let me finish this now. There's my last one. Okay, and I donated 50. And I am a large. Okay. And then green, because it's paid. Right, so I circle it in green, which means that I have paid. It's actually not a pledge, it's a donation. And then I put a red dollar sign, which means that I have spent that money on shirts. There we go. I've got stars next to a couple of names from pledgers who have said, they're the ones that keep following up, saying, okay, look, I'm gonna donate, I'm gonna donate. Things are tough. Here we got a storm, right? We got people going through all kinds of stuff. So it's when you can do it. There's going to be key people that I'm going to be sending shirts to, regardless of what donation is coming in. Because I need those people's help. So it's like, here's your shirt, donate when you can. And eventually, if they can't donate at all, it's like, okay, well then you earn that shirt by helping get us more shirts out there. That's it. Let me check my email to see if I've got a message about the house. That's a good idea. Wow. Yeah. Totally. Okay, let's go here. And messages. Come on now, baby. Please, please, please. Okay. I'm just going to type in howdy. And see if that goes through without howdy. I'm not trying to contact any. It's howdy. Why does howdy mean that I'm trying to contact somebody off of Airbnb? It's just howdy. Are you getting my howdy? That's all I want to know. Is my howdy getting through? Okay. Howdy. I want to see the house. I want to look at the. I don't have to go in the house, but I want to see the property. If I can get her to FaceTime me from the property, and walk me down to the beach and walk me all the way to the water and then turn around and look up at the house. Can we put something in there for perspective? Can you put a person down at the water and be up at the house so I can see how much space we have to deal with, right? Because it's not a wide piece of property, but it does go from the road all the way, Lake Street, all the way down to the lake. But some of the properties are like this down to the lake, and some of the properties are like this down to the lake, and some of the properties are like right on the lake. So I need to find out exactly what kind of piece of property I'm dealing with, right? Let me heat up this coffee. I'm right back. Yep. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Crazy stuff. All right. You know, I keep sending messages about this house because this is kind of like the house that I want. Okay. How much? Wrong keyboard. All right. There, is that better? Am I still around? Ah, jeez. All right. How much property? Is between the house and the beach. Enough for some serious camping? Huh? Yeah. Okay. All right, messages. Maybe some RVs and some tents. I'm looking to pack 'em in, man. I'm gonna pack 'em in like frickin' sardines, man. Oh, wouldn't that be crazy if it turned into a like a 1980 scenario and it actually rained, started raining the day of, and rained and flooded everything, right? And the lake moved up into the camping and chased us up. Wouldn't that be weird if it turned into an old days scenario, right? It would have been crazy if we'd have been there during the fire, because that would have been too close to the past, right? But yeah, being there during a weird situation, that would totally be like, yeah. And there was one of these houses that, right in the same area that I'm looking for this house, right in the same area back in 1980, 83 or 84 or 85 or something, we went to a party in a house that was right on the lake, and it got fucking crazy. I mean, it got crazy. There were trash cans, throwing bottles. It was a brawl. Lay down, you kook. Yeah, kook. Was that your tail? That was probably your tail. All right. But yeah, it was a crazy ass party. I mean, it was like a bunch of different factions of the town showed up, you know, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Let's see. Let's back that up and actually send this. All right. Boy, this algorithm is just on dope. I mean, why would you, how do you get howdy and think that I'm trying to communicate off site? I don't know, stupid algorithm. I don't know, I'm stupid algorithm. So I'm planning this reunion thing in two directions. I'm planning on being there, and I'm planning in case I'm not there. Just in case. Which is why I want to get other people involved in different aspects of the preparation, so that I'm not the one holding the whole bag, right? Wasn't there supposed to be a reunion? Weren't there T-shirts? Wasn't there something going? What happened to that? Right? He died. He took a rocket ship to Mars. But if other people are, you know, where's that guy that planned this? This is a great party. Where's that guy that planned this? Oh, he went to Mars. Okay. Well, you see, I'm telling him it was a great party. So I need to get others involved. I need to get some generals out there who have all the schematics, have all the plans, have all the phone numbers, all the names and places and dates and, you know, everything. That's why I'm keeping track of this all in a book, so that at some point I can just make copies of this book and send it to people. Okay, are you on board? Okay, here's your copy. I will send you updates as needed. 59 frames dropped. Well, how the hell did that happen? I don't know. Nobody tells me nothing. Yeah. Yeah, baby. So, a couple of people. I just need to get in touch with a couple of people. And then I'll be able to continue, and I'm not looking for people who are going to have to deal with this full time, right? It's like you take a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there, you try to get a donation here, you get somebody to pledge there, you collect some money, you do this. It's literally spare time, right? And for those people who are serious about the reunion, this should be a breeze, right? You video chat with somebody, and you're wearing your shirt, right? You want one of these shirts, man. You want to help out a good cause, man. All right, send me some. And then people send you the money, Venmo or Zelle or however they send you money. You take that, you turn it into a check, cash or money order. Write down all the information on the form. Send it all to me in the mail, and I get it, and I order your shirts. Pay for the shirts, mail the shirts, add all of that information to my records, right? That's it. And make it really basic so that anybody can pick up if I leave off, right? It's like, okay, take everything in this one notebook, right? This one notebook. If something happens to me, You need to mail this notebook to so-and-so. And now they're in charge. You know, who wants to be the fallback? You know, not only do I need people on committees to take care of certain jobs, but I need an extra one or two of me in case I can't, you know, in case something happens, in case something comes up. You never know. We're at the age where we need to be ready for anything, right? So that's the best I can do with that. Yeah, a couple more minutes and I'll wake the old lady up. And probably top off this coffee here. Get some more coffee. Coffee. Okay. And I might look into that. I might look into getting a bulk amount of T-shirts to kind of offset the price of having the shirts printed, right? Yeah. So what I might do is do a shirt design with a specific color or two, right? Find a less expensive shirt to get printed, and then offer those colors and sizes, right? You know, and just get 2 bags of each size in those colors that I need, up to 100 shirts, and say, okay, look, I'm going to have all of these printed, and these are the shirts we have available. These are the sizes, and this is the color, so get them while they're hot, right? And try to bring some of this cost, down. So if I can get, right now I'm getting shirts at cost, I'm getting them for about on average about $10-ish to $11-ish each. That's pretty expensive. Looks like they've got me in here for a couple extra. But mainly, I need to cut that shirt price in half. I think I paid about $20 for 6 shirts. That'll cut the price by, God, big time. So I need to look into that, and that was just from Walmart. So if I can say, okay, look, I can get bags of shirts at this cost if I order them in bulk, and then just say, okay, look, here's the colors I have. Let's do this color in that shirt. Here's the sizes. Go with that one, and try to whoosh, bring my shirt cost down, which is going to bump that profit way up, which means fewer shirts having to be shipped, right? And I want the shirt place to make money, I would prefer to pay a little small premium per shirt to have them printed and use my own shirts that are a lot cheaper, right? So we're going to have to see how that goes. Some of the shirts that they are getting, the colors, I can't get colors like that, right? So, but then again, you never know. I'm gonna look into ordering bulk shirts at a better price. Okay. So what I might do is pay off these 2 runs of shirts, use the rest of the money from those 2 runs of shirts, and take that and invest in t-shirts for the next run in bulk. And say, okay, look, we went through this many of these size and this size and this, so I'm going to order pretty much the same size scheme. Let's see, small, medium, large, extra large, double X, and triple X. So that's 6 sizes right there, right? If I do 20 of each, that's what, 120? 15 of each? So it'll be, 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, 5 of these, 10 of these, 20 of these, that kind of a thing, depending on this first run and the sizes that come in. But then again, you never know. You never know. If I can find a good, weird orange color shirt for this next one, I have an idea for. And then there's one that's going to be a green, kind of an off green. Let's see, let me catch up there. Okay, that's the alarm for the missus. I'm going to go take a leak and wake the missus and get some more coffee. I'll be back in a flash. All right. I'm back, baby. Arr. Arr. Well. All right. I've done my task. The wife is awake. I got fresh coffee. I guess this is the weekend to do my calls, since I'll probably just be sitting around on Sunday. I'll probably have a chance to get in touch with a few people. And work out some logistics, possibly face-to-face. I know I can do face-to-face with Robert and a couple of others. Some of the others, I don't know, it's up to them. Since I won't be able to do face-to-face for a while, I want to kind of get it out of the way now. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, this is not working here. I'm going to star this conversation. And I'm going to go to her profile. Okay. I swear I probably know this person. Hi, Sam. What's going on, buddy? Okay, well, I hope this works out, and I hope this person takes me seriously. And I have sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 messages since she replied. Let's put a thumbs up on her message so she at least sees that, right? I don't know what else to do. I just need her to respond. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Yeah, me water bottle. Totally. We have to use bottled water because the water out here sucks. Too much, what is that? Uranium in the water table. So we get bottled water. Or I would use one of those filter things and get my own little bottle, which I used to do until we moved out here. And then I did it for a while until I found out the water sucked. And it just got easier to do that and recycle, to get these little bottles and just recycle the hell out of them. So the missus, she recycles like once a month or so, goes in, takes a carload of stuff in. Guess how much I got? You do that? Do you do that when you recycle? Guess how much I got? I'm usually way off, right? Because I don't keep up with that anymore, what the prices of that kind of stuff are anymore. Yep. God, everything is so nice and dust-free and clean in here. It's great. I should dust the camera lenses. Maybe it'll look clean. Yep. Hey, Sam. Sammy. Or not. Well, I mean, her symbol was pretty, her message was pretty simple and to the point, right? Her first message to me after I sent a message to her was, thank you for your interest in my place. Send me your phone number if you want to chat. And then I've been bogged out. I tried to send it in the number form. I got harassed by the algorithm. I sent it in text, the letters, the word form. And every message I've sent, I've gotten harassed about, except howdy. And I just want to see the house. I just want to see the house and figure out how we can book this thing without having a huge financial hit right away. It's just donations here. Hi, Sam. Come on. No? Okay. Pretty excited. I'm just damn excited to wake up every day and go, hey, I'm alive. I'm alive, baby. That right there is sheer excitement. I mean, you know, and you don't really expect it anymore. It could be it. Good night. Goodbye. You never know. Mainly, I'm just going to worry about taking care of the stuff in here today. Getting organized, getting cleaned up, getting ready. Packing my stuff for Vegas. I don't need much, you know. I need a pair of jeans and a couple of t-shirts. We're going to be there early on Saturday, so we'll have time to go out and do something. Right? You know, maybe go out to dinner or something. And then I found out that the kid that is hooking up with my daughter for the show that she's going to, he's going to go to the first day. And his mom is going with him to the first day. Well, she invited him to go to the second day, so his mother bought a ticket for herself so that she could go in again and be the on-site adult. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness, right? Thank to goodness, Daddy. Thank you very much. So, I mean, they don't have to hang out together, right? But at least it'll be like, okay, Mom's over here. Let's go, you know, let's go give some stuff to Mom, right? That's the great stuff. Come on, Suze. October 7th, and then October 8th, and then Monday, Tuesday, yesterday, today. Oh. Come on. Are you there? I just need to find out the feasibility of either doing some kind of payment or some kind of down payment or some kind of hold. I need to hold it until we're closer to the date before I pay for it, because I got to raise the money, right? So there's got to be some kind of, she's got to have some kind of option that we can work out, you know? how do we do this? I mean, let's agree on a date and a fee and hold the house. Here's your fee. And if you do indeed hold the house and contact me before we do anything with the house, there'll be another fee in it for you, right? I mean, who doesn't want to make easy $100, right? Here's $100. Save the house for a few months, and then when it gets to that deadline, we get together and we book the house. That's all I want, is a guarantee that we got first shot, and a guarantee that we've got a period of time to get ready to start making some financial agreements. It's a great house. It is a great house. It's big. It's going to sleep way more than enough people. Yeah. Most of us have stayed in Airbnbs. A few of us, like myself, actually caretake and clean Airbnbs. So we should be like the perfect guests, really. We're going to use the hell out of the place, but it should be in really good shape by the time we're done, right? It's like, okay, here, if you have a room, then your responsibility to that room is to make sure that it is immaculate when you leave. The laundry is either laundered and waiting on the bed to be put back together, or the bed is just stripped. Everything is clean, trash is gone, mirrors are clean, everything is done. And if I can go to her and say, look, we cleaned the hell out of this place for you. Let's do it again next year. That's what I'm saying. Let's do it again next year. I'd love to set up an annual event, just kind of plant the seed, get it to grow, take that sapling and replant that sapling out in the forest, and then have a big party about it, and then every year get together and make that thing fucking grow. That would be awesome. It'd be way cool. And then different people every year can be in charge, There has to be a committee involved. Here are the heads of the different departments. Okay. You know what you got to do? Go do it. I think first of all, it's going to be the fundraising committee. I think I'm going to have to get into that whole fundraiser thing right away. Let's see what my brother posted. Probably anniversary stuff, I would think, because we're still around that period, Dale. That period in time, Dale. 2 minutes ago. Oh, I see. Work stuff. Past work stuff. Geez, that was only 6 years ago. Jeez. Totally. My brother's got to call me this weekend. We got to talk. We got to hang out. We got to do something. It's tick-tocking. And it's time to start a rockin'. So I need to send him a form that his spouse can print out in duplicate. And then I need to have a form that can be sent, copy and pasted, and sent to people directly. Basically, it's going to be the flyer. It'll be the flyer for the shirts. and multiple shirts. So it'll be the reunion header. It'll have the shirts, the donation stuff, the information. If you'd like to join a committee, contact me. And then down at the bottom, it'll have the tick, 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 the perforated thing where you can fill it out, cut it out, and mail it in. Or you can print it out, fill it out, take a picture of it, and send it to the person you're ordering through. And I think if I put like 2 or 3 people in charge of fundraising who can then be the fundraisers and then be able to say, okay, look, this person has good contacts and is a good fundraiser. Let's get them involved. All right? And then just try to keep that donation money coming in. I don't know what else, Yeah. Once I pass some of this off to others who have done this kind of stuff before, it'll take on a whole new life of its own, and then I'll just be, making T-shirts and mailing T-shirts. That's it. That's all I want to do. And then deal with planning all of the other end of it. I'm going to be one busy motherfucker. I'm going to miss the Morongo Valley Music Festival this year. Going to be out of town. And it looks like it's going to be a doozy. Más o Menos is going to be there. Yep. There you go. What a bummer. What a bummer. It's crazy. I don't think so. I just don't think so. My idea of making it is not a $1 million yacht. My idea of making it would be good health, I guess, probably. That would be a start. That ain't gonna happen. All right. So, plan for the best and plan for the worst. That's my motto. You got to plan for both, because you never know when the shit's gonna hit the fan, or it's just gonna hang a Louie. It's like, what the hell happened? Where'd everything go? Right? So you got to be ready for anything. Hi, Toots. Hi, Tootsie Schmutzie. Tootsie. Silly dog. You silly dog. Oh, yeah. Getting low. What am I going to do this morning? Well, I didn't want to wake up. But once I did, I was wide awake. Of course, I was wide awake all night. That's probably why I didn't want to wake up. I think I got up 3 times last night. Between 11 and 4. Ugh. And I had a hell of a time getting to sleep last night. And then a hell of a time getting back to sleep every time I got up. That just sucks. Sucks to be you. Yep. Totally, man. Totally. Yep. So I'm using red, white, blue, and black for my Elsinore Brothers studio. The eye is supposed to be white, right? So, how's that? And then, of course, my my other logo, Amandre Media Productions, that's also in primary colors and using black and white as well. If I use the correct one, I've got primary colors, and then I've got one where the media part is in black and white staggered, right? So what shirt color do I use, right? I can't use white, I can't use red, I can't use blue, I can't use black. So I'm going to have to use odd natural colors, right? A funky orange or yellow, avocado green, that brown color for that one shirt that we're doing. All right, big face, I'm coming. I heard. You guys about ready to go back to bed? Just a second. Come on, big one. Are you guys all ready? Oliver? You ready to go again? Everybody ready? Come on, everybody now. Okay, big face, come on, you come with me. Oh, yeah. Okay, 3 dogs. 3 dogs down. They just love to get back into bed with her. It's like they get out of bed with us and go right back into bed with her, and then they'll sleep all day with her till 1 or 2. And then they'll come out and they'll just nap. Fucking lazy inside dogs. Bunch of goobers. You bunch of goons. Yeah. Yeah. That's totally cool, man. Totally cool. All right, so it looks like this next week I am going to be putting together the commercial for the shirts, and I'll be the first face of the shirts. But at the same time, I'm not going to use the commercial. I'm just going to create my elements for the infomercial. Anything with me in it, anything where I have to speak, right? Donate now. And get all of that stuff done. And then start planning how to involve the first person. Probably my brother. And I'll probably just do a video chat with him. And I'll say, okay, say this line. All right, now say this. All right. Get somebody there with him to write stuff down, okay? Have them write this down and then say that, right? Mainly get someone else there so that while they're writing, I'm talking to him and working stuff out. So we can buzz through stuff really quick, and I'll just make a bunch of copy, a bunch of voiceover stuff, and a bunch of stuff where he's on camera, you know. And so I'll get him a t-shirt ASAP and get t-shirts out to the other people who have already donated, the other donors. So it looks like I'm going to be getting 3, 4, 5, 6 shirts, 6 donations out to people. So that means 6 photographs coming back. And at least 2 or 3 of those, 6, and then my brother 7. So 2 or 3 of those, and then of course somebody else too. 8, because 8 and 9, because they're just waiting. Okay. So I'll be mailing out quite a bit of shirts, and so I need to get a donation in so that I get the funds to mail out all of these shirts. So That should happen by next week. We'll get some more donations in. Send a shitload of shirts out. That should get me about a week. I should have photographs of people in shirts. And then I'll start using the first of the people to do the infomercial. And I think it'll work like that. I think they're going to print those shirts today or tomorrow, really. It's after she sent me that video of her rinsing the screen. I'm like, hello. I can't believe it's that. Yeah, that's great. And it looks like they're printing some others. They've got some other screen they're working on there too. But that's just fantastic stuff. That's a great video there. That's a great video. Just writing a complicated message here. Oh, these big stupid fingers. chapter. I have done it. I have done it. I have created it. Now, yep. And there you go. Oh, that's a long message. Oh. I like to double check my texts so that they don't get and go, what the fuck is he talking about? Right? Yeah, that all sounds... Okay, that's good. I guess I'll send it. They already know I'm crazy, so at this point, anything I can do to get this donation thing off the ground. And besides, I can use that footage too to go ahead and put together a little commercial for them as well. Right? I mean, I did that great commercial for Maggie's Farm. Of course, we couldn't use it because they were selling marijuana seeds. So it couldn't be used anywhere. But it was neat. It was neat. Salut. Salut. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So I know I can do it. And I have the opportunity to help out a small business. So that'd be cool. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. If I can get some footage from them, then I can use it for my stuff, but I can also use it for their stuff, because my stuff I'm going to be using is pretty much just going to be for the reunion, right? Advertising they're the people helping us out, right? So they'll be a big part of that infomercial. But I can also create a little 60-second, 90-second commercial just for them. That has nothing to do with my stuff, except for the fact that, they'll be printing one of my shirts in the commercial, so that'll be cool. Yeah, well, I hate to be pushy, but I hope that somebody will say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. That should be, okay, we're printing, okay, go. Come in the store, walk around, do it, bang, bing, bang, boom. Even in small pieces it would work. I could edit it together. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Today or tomorrow. The shirts should be happening today or tomorrow. I don't know when I can pick them up. I know they have to go from the printing into a dryer thing and dry for a while. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick them up on Friday or if I'll pick them up on Monday. I don't know. And then hopefully the donations will come in over the weekend, at least one or two, so I can get those shirts out. It's only a handful of donations, so they should be relatively easy to ship out. And then I'll be looking to do, some kind of shipping and handling fee added to it. That's it. Bada bing, baby. Yeah, well, 7:30. That means Joey's been on the plane for what, 2.5 hours already. Sheesh. He should almost be to the airport before I get done with my show. Dang. All right, I'm gonna go heat up my coffee. You guys hang tight. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I'll come looking for you, so don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back, baby. I know I hate to walk away like that, but I like to hang out and talk with the little woman before she takes off for the day. She'll be back around noon or 1 or something. But we like to have those little private moments, those little momentitos. So that's cool. Yeah, she's making birria for tacos and stuff. And I don't think she's made it before or in a long time. I know she's never made it for us. Pardon me. So this will be a first. So, yeah. Because when we go down to her family in Escondido and Vista, I'm like, okay, where's Manuela? Is she making birria? What's going on? Is she here? Did she make it? I got a plate. I'm like, hey, birria. There's this place out here. These guys that show up in a food truck because we don't have many restaurants in town. So this place just gets filled with food trucks on the weekends. So there's these guys that show up occasionally that do these birria tacos and birria nachos and stuff. But that's the closest we get here, unless we go see her family. We went to Elsinore a few weeks back, and there's this taco bar down there, and it was really cool. My daughter and I, we just like, let's just get some Wendy's or something, right? And she's like, well, I don't want that crap. So she's just like, I'm like, there's a taco bar right there. So she walks over and comes back with these 2 birria tacos where they dipped the tacos, the crunchy tacos, actually dipped them in the sauce after they made them. Cabbage and radishes and just loaded with stuff. And I'm like, wow, that looks really, really good. My daughter's like, oh man, I should have waited. There you go. But I was just like, there's a taco bar. Go try that. We'll sit here and eat and wait for you. And oh yeah, it was worth it. So she's like, on her birthday, just a week or so back, a couple of weeks ago, she's like, see if there's one of those taco bars around in Palm Springs. Nope, it's a one-off, man. There's only one. Pretty cool. But I'm like, she's like, well, let's make carne asada, or let's do enchiladas. And I said, let's do something different. I said, you never make birria. Make birria. I don't know how. Like 1 million people who know how to make it. Just call somebody. Send me the freaking recipe. Get on Google. Get on YouTube, right? It's easy to find out how to cook stuff. That's how I learned how to make my world famous beef stroganoff. Is that I threw away the old recipe and I looked at like 10 recipes and 10 different ways to make beef stroganoff. And I'm like, okay, I like that, and I like this, and I like that. And I'm going to take all of these things and here's a new beef stroganoff, right? And it's like, wow, right? And she does that all the time. She'll be like, I want to do something different. I've got these things. What can I do with these things? And it's like, hey, we're having enchiladas suizas. And it's like, what? Chicken suizas? What the hell is that? She says, well, it kind of looks like chicken cheese enchiladas with a green sauce, and it's kind of tangy, and it's just like, okay. And that was a hit. My daughter's like, can you do that on my birthday? Can you do that at my? Can you do that at my graduation? So she got Mom to make dinner for her graduation party, and then I made dinner a few weeks back for her birthday, the beef stroganoff. So, yeah, we have these little family recipes that have kind of evolved over the last 25 years of marriage. And there's some of the stuff that we haven't done in a long time. We've got this old 1950s Betty Crocker cookbook that has been in our family, in our little family, since we got married. It was like our first cookbook, and we've just used the hell. And I've got a couple of other Betty Crocker cookbooks, and then she's got books of recipes that she's saved up. There's this one recipe for this little Mexican pastry. I can't remember, Rositas. Rositas, I think is what they were, and there were these little fried bread thingies with the sugar. That was really, really good, right? And it's like she made them a few times, and then she hasn't made it in like 10, 15 years. So, yeah, I'm kind of ready to look back and experiment with some of those recipes that we haven't seen and had in such a long time. It was such a long time, baby. Yeah, baby. Sheesh. Wow. Flood footage. Yeah. The floodgates is open, baby. Open them gates. Shit is destroyed. Oh, look at the sun farm. A tornado just chewed through that sun farm. That would be a solar place, right? With all those solar panels, right? That's a sun farm. A wind farm would be the generators. He doesn't have to mansplain everything. Sometimes I feel like I do. I talk weird, so I feel like I gotta explain myself. Because I just have this overwhelming feeling that people are going, what the fuck is he talking about? Yeah. Well, there you go. So, you get a dog to learn one of those power boards with the one wheel, right? And the dog actually knows how to steer and lean and drive this thing, and drives it all the fuck around the neighborhood. Stops when he sees a cat, right? I mean, that is some heavy shit. Oh, look, he wags his tail. The cat wags his tail. It's like, hey, bud, what's up? I know you. How's it going? And then if the cat runs, is the dog going to chase the cat on the scooter? The dog is steering this thing. I swear to God. Oh, he jumped off. And he goes, takes a leak. That is great. Oh, that's a great video. That's a great fucking video. Oh, yeah, videos of mining, strip mining. Oh, no. Oh, great. So a prank video, right? A girl comes into a kitchen and sees another woman at the stove or in the kitchen washing dishes and doing shit, right? And just starts thrashing on the girl. Pulls the wig off, finds out it's the husband pulling a prank, right? What do you expect? Who the hell are you in my kitchen? Oh, that's too much. Oh, that is too much. Or the guy where he puts on fake legs and then puts his real legs in women's stockings, and then throws it up over the fake legs and wiggles the toes like somebody's all spooning with him. Oh, that is just some classic stuff. I'm not in for that prank shit, but that is some funny stuff right there. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Ooh. Yeah. So, in case you haven't noticed, the world, oh, dude just knocked out all of his teeth. Idiot. Hey, those are great videos, How stupid is that? Ooh. There you go. Uh-huh. Anyways, Holmes. Yeah. That's just crazy. That's just crazy stuff. So, tomorrow night is the second to the last nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show for a little while. Going on hiatus or low-atus or whatever. And tomorrow morning is iffy. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a show with a house guest in the audience section, or possibly next to me. I just have my house guest next to me, and then I'll just stay on this camera so they don't have to be on camera. Because some people are like, I don't want to be on your fucking show. I'll be here, but I don't want to be on your show. So we'll see how that goes. So I may or may not be doing a show tomorrow morning. I'll kind of play it by ear. My house guest probably isn't going to be showing up until tomorrow. I think Joey's staying in Arizona tonight. But if that changes, then I may or may not do a show tomorrow morning. I'll probably do a show tomorrow night, because that's nothing. I'm just going to do music and a video time machine. I might try to dig up an extra set of headphones so I can have my guest actually on listening to live stuff, right, while I'm actually doing it. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be really cool, in fact. So, yeah. Maybe I'll go out, when I go out today or this evening, I might pick up a set of headphones from Walmart. See, I don't think I have any reason to go out other than to the reservation later. I think that's it. Yeah. So, maybe a trip to Walmart? Maybe. I could use another extension cord. I can always use another extension cord. Don't you think, Ace? Ace agrees. Totally, man. Oh, look, it's getting close to time to kill this show. And what am I going to do this morning? I'm going to upload 2 videos. And then I guess I'm going to work in this room a little bit and get it dialed in. All I got to do is make a bed, really. I think this evening I need to get my stuff together for the trip. I don't need much. I wonder what's going on. This weekend. I mean, work-wise, right? I mean, if it was like only 1 or 2 houses, like one on this day and one on that day, well, shit, I might just, why not ask my wife if she wants to go in my stead? I went to Vegas last time. I'm not going into the concert. I'm just going as like a chaperone type thing, which is really unnecessary. But maybe my wife would want to go in my stead. If we've only got like 1 house to clean, you know, if something my body can handle, I could do that. I'm taking a rental car, you know. The room and everything is already taken care of. Right? What the hell? I mean, what the hell? My wife is a very social person, so she would have, anybody would have fun if she went along. So that'd be cool. If we had somebody reliable to take care of our dogs, then my wife and I would both go. Just because. That would be fun. Kids are out doing their stuff. She and I are doing our stuff. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, baby. Baby, baby. I'm going to heat up my coffee so I can enjoy the rest of it and hang out with you for a few more minutes. Outside? You want to go outside? Did you want to go outside? No? You go outside if you want. You want to? You don't want to go out, do you? You want to know what I'm going to do? Well, I'm not doing much. Not doing much. Much. Much too much. Not much at all. All right, so let's see. We'll go ahead and queue up and I think I'm probably going to go into my daughter's room and steal the Switch and I don't know, do a little bit of Minecrafting, trying to get ready for Monday night's adventure. I imagine my daughter is going to be taking her Switch with her. But I will probably not be doing anything but reading and talking to people about fundraising and doing my fundraising shtick, right? So I'll probably work that out with my brother, the shtick, and get that taken care of so that I've kind of got an idea of how I want to go after people for fundraising assistance, right? Totally. Yeah. Well, this has been fun this morning. I imagine Joey is probably in the process of landing or deboarding or looking for luggage or something like that at this point. It's been about 3 hours since he said he was just getting on the plane. So, should be hearing from him anytime. Awesome sauce. He's been in communication with my daughter, working out that end of it. Yeah, this is great. It's great. Fucking A. I really like the whole idea of making new friends and sharing experiences and doing stuff just out of the blue. It's like, hey, let's do this, right? Every once in a while, I get to grab somebody locally here and say, hey, let's do this, right? Let's go see this concert, right? And that is so bitchin'. Or one of them will say, hey, why don't you come and just do this? Let's do this, man. Like when my friend invited us to see Big Sandy at Pappy and Harriet's, that started the ball rolling, man. It was like, all right, next one's on me, man. And then it was like, boom, we're going to see, Lucas Nelson, right? And I took my friend to see Lucas Nelson. Awesome. You know, or take him to see shows like the Starcrawler and Velveeta, the Starcrawler and Velveteer's show at Pappy and Harriet. So that was great, right? Loud, fucking in your face, you know. And I love all different kinds of music, right? as long as it's good. And of course, that's subjective, but at the same time, there's so much good music out there, right? You don't have to be like, well, I'm only into heavy metal, or I'll only listen to jazz, man. It's like, man, if it's good, I'll listen to it. You know, hip-hop, rap, dance music, new wave punk, you know, whatever they call the new stuff today, you know, whatever, as long as it's good. A lot of the new stuff that comes about every year, most of it's garbage. Right? You got to really weed through it to find the good stuff. I let my daughter weed through it. She does that Spotify thing. She's constantly listening, just checking out new shit. I let her deal with it. And then she says, ooh, you got to check this out. And I'm like, yeah, baby, that's the stuff. Let's go see them. And she's like, I already got tickets. All right, let me load this ending here, and we will call it quits, because I'm ready to eat and move on with the day. Por favor, I need to just move the heck on. So I'm out of here. All right, people, you know what to do. You need to stay kind, spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else. Why? Because you are not alone in this world. We share this world together. All right, people. Most especially, you need to stay weird. Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna do it for you, man. All right, people. I love you lots. I will be back tomorrow morning. We're going on a hiatus soon. All right, love you. Adios.